Chapter 6: The Human Beast. Begin all acts and thinking by using El Kalumni All. Tablet 1. The Affirmation. Lo, supreme and marvellous are all you've done and do, O thou who art the Elohim of the Creators, the all the power of all. Just and true are thy divine ways, O ruler of the ether and holy ones. And who is it that dares not to revere thee, O Elohim? All that exists by way of the all. From all we come, and unto all we return. The life in our bodies, the blood in our veins, the breath in our lungs, the thoughts in our hearts. Tablet 2. The Prisoner. 19 times 15 equals 285. Lo, arise, you purifiable souls. You need to come to one mind, for it is your life, and short it is. But ever gracious is El Elo, Anu, who is called Elyon El. This Anu is the Most High, who taught you by his light the sun, which shines through the inks of the Yamam seas, and the pages of the trees, he who has 1,000 names and 3,000 tones. Be you prisoners no more in the mud of your flesh. Escape into total harmony with the Anunnaki, who are the Elohim, in the name of our beloved Father Anu, and his children the Anunnaki Elohim, and by the way of the Holy Spirits, which are the Agigi, and may you be born again of the Spirit in etherian form. For I, yes, I from afar, yet ever so near, am sent by our Father to bring you back to the bosom of Elyon El, who is Anu the Most High, your Heavenly One, Master of the boundless universes. Wrestle not with the facts, for there is facts beyond any doubt in truth, for there is no strength nor power granted except in he who is called Anu, the ever-living Master of the worlds, who sent Tammuz and Adonai, who is called the Messiah. My craft Nibiru hovers overhead, and its peaks its sights, and its circled rainbows overhead are ever so bright. Trust in these signs, and the seen and the unseen will be seen without doubt. The blind-eyed hearts and the deaf and dumb, they wander on in ignorance, having not seen Nibiru. This unquestionable truth I have brought unto you, and this is the scroll of Anu, wherein the wise finds all truth, unquestionable, for it quenches the thirst of the woman and the man in the desert of untruth. Rest in your needing spirit, and put your trust in the hands of your creators, the Anunnaki Elohim, and you shall be made free. Trust in all of them which precede me, and make no distinction between any of them, and surrender completely, so that you may once again put on the robes of Afsu the sun, ever so bright, blinding the eyes of his disagreeable sons, and turning the faces from impenetrable celestial ignorance unto consciousness. Call out in Taful for forgiveness from the ruler, and petition through impartiality, with humility and justice, in which that is your right to the throne. Call and come praise in a universal love, which is far beyond this one planet key, positioned ever so careful in this small galaxy, its weight 6 sextillion tons, a unit followed by 1 in 20 ciphers, moving at a speed of 1,037 1/3 miles per hour, as it revolves around your star Afsu sun, your planet Tiamat, Ki, Gi, Gaia, also called Eref, Terra, or Earth, being at one time adjacent to your Sheski, Kingu, Luna, Yariat, Kama, or Moon. Her birthday being 11 billion years ago, as of the birth date written. You have lost your celestial contact nearly 6,000 years ago, giving rule to Anshar Saturn, being put under the spell of Kingu called the Great Anzu, who is Leviathan, that old Nakash called Iblis and Samael, or Halal. Your father Anu, who is in all, governs all, and he has forgiven you to this very day through my guidance. For I, Malachi, am an executioner of his will. I am not a prophet, news-bearer, or one of the ones sent. Though I have been given the ability to prophesy, and I have been sent as an apostle, I am not merely a prophet or an apostle, I am a reformer, a renewer. I have come to renew your 25,000-year history, and I am an incarnation of Murdoch. Come unto me, you all, that I may show you what is to befall this world, turning bitter pages of honey to sweet again, for the devotee on their journey to the all-powerful Anu. whose then home is within the All. Ask of me, I shall by leave of my grandfather Anu, who is beyond your comprehension at this point in your life, who is the ruler of the galactical heavens. Holy is his names, 99 plus 1 given to Anu. He also gave you the birth pains of your planets of wicked beings called reptilians. The moon, which was originally called Kingu, then Sheski, was parted from Tiamat Earth 24 billion years ago, as recorded in the Enuma Elish, from amongst the Anunnaki, who formed Tiamat's host. Kingu, which was elevated, Tiamat made Kingu great by being anointed head of her ranks to command her host, and to raise her weapons for the encounter, and to be lead in for the combat. In the battle to be commander, these to the hand of Kingu Tiamat entrusted, and she caused him to be on her host. She pronounced, I have cast a spell for you, she said to him. I have made you great in the assembly of the Anunnaki, to have dominion over the Anunnaki, and to give unto thee, verily, verily, you are supreme. Tiamat gave Kingu the tablets of destinies, and she fastened it onto his breast. Kingu was elevated, and he had received a heavenly rank. It was this sin of Tiamat, in which gave Kingu his own orbital destiny, that enraged the other planets to the point of calling in Nibiru, that was also called Murdoch, to put an end to Tiamat and her out-of-line consort in the ensuing celestial battle. Tiamat was split in two. One half was shattered and the other half, accompanied by Sheski, was thrust into a new orbit to become Earth and its moon. And Kingu, who had become chief amongst them, Murdoch made shrink as a Dagai, mass of lifeless clay, yet it had life in its seas. Murdoch took from Kingu the tablets of destinies, which was not rightfully his, and sealed on it his own seal, and fastened it to his own breast. Deprived of its orbital momentum, Kingu was reduced to the stats of a mere satellite and moon. This is the story of the birth of your moon, as recorded in the Enuma Elish. You have seen me from the day I was born, and you have tested me again and again. Too long I have felt your torturous source of doubt piercing my heavy heart. We the Anunnaki, being born before your Afsu the Sun 76 trillion years ago, and your star the Sun being born 93 billion years ago, placing it by way of 554 million tons of hydrogen being changed into 550 million tons of helium each second, 4 million remaining, creating planets such as yours. Your Sun being placed 93 million miles away from Tiamat, thus aligning itself with your Earth in a time when it positions itself in a location of Revolution Earth in the lunar logging of 1982 in the Gregorian calendar, and in the year 1983 in the Gregorian calendar, when the alignment of the Great Vortex will open again in the lunar logging of the year 1993 in the Gregorian calendar, and then in 2003 AD, when Nibiru will arrive for the 144,000, it will depart in 2030 AD of the Great Vortex, and it will open in 1943 AD, and we the Anunnaki will depart forever. Its light, the sun, reaches you every 8 minutes and 20 seconds, which allows life forms to flourish, which gives growth life. The provider of the earthquakes after the meteorite showers that brought the darkness upon the face of the deep after crashing down on the tip of the Yucatan. Look into the light, and there you will see me standing at your door, knocking ever so lightly, for me to originate in the pure darkness with Anu. I will hear and welcome you in my grandfather Anu's house, in the Orion star constellations, houses of many rooms, which is a great kingdom of thrones, fit for rulers alone. In each, 7 in all, or 7 to the 7th power of 7, his Anus is 9 to the 9th power of 9. Woe to those who turn away and are impatient with me. Know that I, Malachi, am walking with you in the valley of fear, so fear not, for persecution is a sign of truth. I will let you drink from the cup of everlasting truth, and I suffer to protect you from the hissing ones who whispers disagreeable suggestions, placing questions of doubt about the galactical heavens in your heart. So fall not into their treacherous grips, as did many who were chosen before you, asking that our father Anu manifest before their weak and vain eyes, calling Yaqub their father. Woe unto you, daughters and sons of Israel, the tribe of Enki! Where are you now? Where have you gone, for we see you no more? Who can you turn to now for manna and quail? No more parting of waters and the sending of 7 plagues for your sakes, for you have been wiped from our sight. So think and ponder about the scriptures El Torah before you. Do not question the pages of my servants. These present wisdom, the holy tablets. Don't differentiate between the wise that are sent to you. Make no distinction one between the other. Be they religious, Abraham, Moshe, Buddha, Krishna, Confucius, Hermes, Yeshua, Muhammad, or be they philosophical, such as Plato, Khalil Gibran, Edgar Cayce, and submit yourselves by throwing your lowly flesh to the earth in prostration and taful, and seek protection in your master, Elyon, Elyon El. Remember, there was once a worshipper whose name I will leave out for your thoughts to seek. He worshipped and agreed to obey Zuen, who is also called Anzu or Shaitan. This Shaitan asked him to prostrate at once before him in the name of Cadmon's prodigy and his daughters and sons. At this point in time, his judgment was removed. He didn't know whether he stood or sat, he arrived or departed. Yet he cried out to this Shaitan, asking, "Why have you beguiled me? Any of you who think you can do without the yielding and the merciful master of all the worlds, you shall be cast from the garden of delight, and the swords of the Garubat shall be crossed on the gates." But when she Nekeba, who was also called Hawa or Eve, repented by way of Seth, he yielded, ordering the Garubat to raise their crossed swords, so that those of her seed who obey may re-enter the tree of eternal life and read the tablets of destiny which sits beneath it. He is called the Yielder because he yielded at the gates of the garden. Often he was merciful to you in the name of Anu, the Yielder, the merciful. Nakash said unto him, "On highest you are trying to betray me and your own soul, for even I spoke." Shaitan knows no one can disobey the master of the worlds, and you have no right to have the ability to procreate. Nakash said, "I have taken on many forms in all places, called rabbi, preacher, pastor, guide, imam, sheikh, guru, sage, wizard, soothsayer, mystic, mother, Sufi, city, place, father, friend, pet, food, habit, drink and hobby. You find me in all these things." You must protect your soul. Slide not into binding partners with the Most High Anu, but merely close your eyes, contemplating the wonders of the Most High. From the cursed Shaitan, Satan, for this is the heart of wahidness, oneness, of Elyon, Elyon El, the Most High. As Murdoch as El Qadir, Malachi Zadok York El made it known to all. And Shaitan will flee from every part of you at the sound of these words, for you cannot think past the Most High, El Baraf, the knowing. Those were his own words. Halal, who is called Shaitan, used to go through all the 7 heavens, calling out for helpers, and 200 of my Malaika, angelic brothers, followed him, residing on Al-Ard, the planet Earth, in the land called Nod. They would listen at the doors of heaven, learning, and at the recitation of the revelation of El Quran, before they were sent down in the 19th point in the night of power. Spoken are these words which are read, sealed on this holy pages therein. So bring forth the imagination, for only he could have learnt from you on the conception of Tammuz as Horus or Krishna or Maitreya or Yeshua or Isa or Jesus. The galactic heavens were banded. Still, he used to go to the 4th heaven. Then, on the conception of the seal, the El Nabiyat newsbearers of that bloodline of Ahmed, who is called in tones Mustafa Muhammad Al-Amin, and Halal entry into the galactic heavens were banded. Calling him in his Quran Shaitan 88 times, Iblis 11 times, and Tagut 8 times. The system of scaring him away by the flaming Garubat was instilled. At the grace birth of Cadmon, Shaitan shouted to his offspring and all rallied around him. They asked as to what bewildered and perplexed him so. Kanaz, who is Shaitan, said, "Woe is me. Because of this birth, I will witness great changes in El Lalat, the galactic heavens, and on El Gi, the planet Earth, from the early shadow hour until this time. Verily, Some rare but powerful thing is, Herald. I have not seen a color change of this dimension and the likeness of this since the time of that magnificent ascension to the galactic heavens and to the fall of one third of the stars from his grace. At this point, the jinns, disagreeable angelic beings, sons of Shaitan, trusted that he would show them those things that are repulsive to their master. Everyone dispersed into different directions in the planet Earth in the year 5430 of Earth time, for on that hour was a light born. Recalling all events, they reported that they couldn't discover any pure light in anything. Halal entered the world from the beginning by impregnating himself into the flesh of several tones. By tones, it is meant several beings with different names that lived on Tiamat. I will mention here Cain, Caesar, Alexander called the Great, Herod, Attila the Hun, Marco Polo, Napoleon, Louis XIV to mention a few, Abu Lahab and Yazid. Still, there are some in this world to come, 30 in all. And here now, around 1400 years later, in the revolution of the planet, the pure green light returned to behead the hissing one, Dajjal. Shaitan cried out, "In the one born, Mustafa Muhammad Al-Amin is a seed, Malachi Zadok El, destined to rid the universe of the likes of me." So as prophecy would have it, Shaitan says, "Women shall bruise my head and I your heel." Set off Shaitan, circling the galaxy from Anshar Saturn. Anshar Saturn is the sixth planet in order from the Sun. Its diameter is 75,111 miles, 6 times the size of Earth, second largest in this galaxy. You can see this disagreeable beast with an unaided eye. Its period of rotation is 10 hours and 14 minutes. 6,000 rings are interwoven around Anshar Saturn, and there, the planet for Anshar is the disagreeable gas. An electromagnetic force field encircles the planet as a vapor shield. Its distance from the Afsu Sun is 886 million miles, and at its closest approach to Earth is approximately 793,246,123 miles. Saturn has 10 moons. It takes about 10,759 Earth days, or 29.5 Earth years, to circle the Sun, to 354 lunar or 365 solar days, or 1 year of planet Earth's time. Saturn's axis tilts at 27 degrees from the perpendicular position. The atmosphere of Anshar Saturn is hydrogen, helium, methane and ammonia. The Greeks, from which the last of the 10 kingdoms are the sons of Javan, son of Japhet, son of Noah, and this Javan took Iris, and they gave birth to the Java man. This brotherhood derived from the Afar, and shall come up again, and the beast will arise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, named Anshar Saturn after Kronos. Kronos is a titan who ruled the universe until he was dethroned by his son Zeus, who came to remove Shaitan. As mystery signifies the hidden system, so Saturn is the hidden deity. The Chaldeans called it Satur, and that is stir, or S equals 66, T equals 400, U equals 6, R equals 200, the apocalyptic number 666, which has replaced the real letter Zain 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 for zigzag zig. The name Lat, the hidden one, this is Apollo the sun, called also Apollyon or Siva, which is Shiva the destroyer, called Shesh or Shish, Sor, father of the sixth from Aramaic, which he is one of the true Trinity, and it was so. Latin came from Lat and this Titan. Titan is also the name of the 10th planet. Anshar Saturn also bears the names Segush, Kanenu, and Horus the bull. His wife was Ops, the female deity of lust and harvest. He had 7 children: Hestia, Layla, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Hell, Poseidon, Greek deity of the sea, and Zeus. Because of Kronos swallowing his children, he is frequently identified with Baal Satanus. This was their El. The halo on Jesus' head, as depicted by the Christians, symbolizes the rings of Anshar Saturn, as bright as the sun or sol of the solar system. When the son of deity died with a crown of thorns on his head, the crown of thorns on his head is symbolic of the sun's rays. For the Romans regarded Saturn as a deity. The Pope symbolizes Mephistopheles, who wears the fish hat of Dagon upon his head called the mitre. Each year, the Romans worshipped Shaitan with a festival called Saturnalia, celebrated December the 17th for 7 days, making a ring around it, then encircling Earth. Encircling the planet Earth 6 times, increasing by speed of 6. Then he, Shaitan, is aware of the 666 that marks his time. In the location of the revolution of the planet Earth, in the lunar login in the 1966 year of the Gregorian calendar, being Saturn is the 6th planet from the Sun. When they opened up the 6th vortex and let the disagreeable beings in this world, which was the rebirth of Zuen. The Sun represents everlasting life. El Tamarat, the Egyptians, have faith as long as the sun comes up, the earth will live. El Tamarat, the Egyptians, nurtured the sun, and it will continue to proceed on its journey of growth. The sun, or son of deities, represented everlasting life on this planet now called Earth. The sun was giving up its life for you, and he was to raise again. The sun in Egypt was called Horus, so you have horizon or Horus rising. There will always be light on the planet Earth as long as the sun continues to show itself, and as long as the sun shows itself, there will be everlasting life. For 3 days, the sun is fixed on the sundial at the same place. It then moves again in the lunar login in the 25th point in December. This was its rebirth. The sun was reborn. It begins its annual journey in the lunar login of the 25th point in December. And as you know, within the false religion of Christianity, you are taught that Jesus was supposedly born in the lunar login in the 25th point in December. This is all symbolic of the sun in Christianity that was born or reborn. It's called solar biology, or simply horoscope or horoscope. When the sun comes up behind the water, it proceeds to walk across the water, and this is symbolic of God walking across the water. They always dress Jesus in red and blue. The red is the sun and the blue is the water. This gives the appearance of the setting of the sun, of God walks away and the sun goes away and comes back. O you elated ones, praise your master and shed tears of gratitude, for now is the time to shed the soul of this vicious bacteria that plagues your body, and come up in degrees of thinking, raise in density, in degrees of patience, in degrees of purity in heart. Give freely of that which the provider has provided you, the purifier, to take the head of the beast, and adorn their heads with manna, the mushroom, for the day of Saturn or Saturday. I will bruise him on his mark 666, O coverer of truth who bears the mark on his forehead. I am called in tones Al-Muklas, the destroyer of Kanaz, for after I have rid you of the evils of which you so freely partake from his tree of sin in the enclosed garden of delight, and once I have removed religion which controls the minds of my people, 1 Judaism, 2 Christism, 3 Mohammedism, 4 all the other isms, and I have cast out Shaitan's children, and removed his head, and summoned the knowledge of all false things that made you see other than the Most High Anu in this earth's domain. I will employ no less than 7 billion angelic messengers as your servants, to wash you in the pure spirit of Shafuwain for 1,000 years. I will lock Halal in Kanergi, the bottomless pit, for a short time. I chained him for 1,000 years, in that he was restricted from his evil activities. For the time the 144,000 are with the Lamb in the crystal city, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him. The seal was placed upon the pit, so the malevolent ones would not be able to lead the nations into darkness anymore with his evil acts, until the 1,000 years are finished, and after that he will be able to emerge for a very little time, in which this time elapse was from 1966 AD, when the war started. The beginning of the end of his rule ended on June 6, 1996 AD, and will end on June 26, 1999 AD. In the year 2003 AD, the vortex will open, allowing the shams to come to the earth to pick up the worthy 144,000. This pickup will occur until 2030 AD, and then the mother plane Nibiru will depart in 2043 AD. On the first gathering of the heavenly body, and our servant, named by tone Ahmed, being under the inspiration, spoke before the multitudes, "Come you all out of this world, do not drink of the intoxication spirit of Shaitan. Come you all into the world ruled by the Master, for he is of the Father, and the Father is of him. Blessed are those who learn true love. Rewarded are those who share true love in their Father's name. I question you, why has all this befallen us at this point in life's time? The bad is dressed in the garb of agreeable, and the false is an imitation of truth that has slipped into the garden, changing it by flattery into devilishment. Can we destroy him? A star is an enormous ball of gas, mostly hydrogen. Atoms are jammed close together in the center, which is nuclei that create the heat of light of each star, symbolically the jinn, for that light of a star is a form of fire. A star is born every 7,000 light years. A light is equal to E equals mc squared, or energy equals matter times the speed of light, from energy changed to matter. As a spaceship approaches the speed of light, which is 186,272 miles per second, objects that they approach will take on a red glow. Time will begin to slow down. When they have reached 99.99% of the speed of light, they could travel to a star 37 light years away. A light year is the distance light can travel in 1 Earth year. That is 186,272 miles every second, and 5,874,273,792 miles every year. He became matter in the physical, and from matter to energy you will become spirit. You in your time equals the distance light travels in 1 year, be it solar or lunar. Depending on the mathematicians or individuals located north, south, east or west on Earth, multiply times the speed of light, 186,272 miles per second, by the amount of days in Earth's lunar or solar year. A light year is the distance light travels in 1 year. The formula, 186,272 miles per second times 365 days. Derive the exact time per day based on the sun, be it now 23 hours, 56 minutes and 6 seconds. Stars are born in cycles of 7. Black holes are the last stage in the life of very large stars. They are products of a physical aging. The gravitational collapse of the star culminates in the formulation of a black hole when the star's radius shrinks to less than itself. Black holes give off no light. The fate of a star depends on its mass. The more massive a star, the stronger its internal energy, the larger its gravitational attraction, and the greater its collapse. At the center of a black hole, the star dies, is crushed out of existence by the force of gravity. Any stray matter or energy that passes too close to its horizon will be drawn into the whirlpool, which is the black hole. There are so many stars with masses significantly larger than your sun. There are innumerable black holes in space, thus black holes are able to influence stars that are at a distance of light years away. Then if you add the amount of days in light years, you will come up with the distance which light travels in 1 year. Digit, 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 digit. Add it all if you wish. 6 trillion is the starting point. If you take this figure, you have the distance of most stars. Sunlight must be at least 10 to 5 astronomical units away, or more than 16 million kilometers. 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters, 3,280.8 feet, or about 3/8 of a mile. The distance light travels in 1 year, be it solar or lunar, and times 7,000, then times itself by 7,000 is the exact time one star is born. The birth of a star is a contraction of interstellar gas. Its outer parts are attracted towards the center by the gravitational attraction of atoms in the cloud as a whole. Slowly it heats up and contracts until nuclear reactions begin in the center. Energy nor matter cannot be destroyed by man nor woman, only changing its appearance, moving from person to person, place to place, planet to planet, galaxy to galaxy, eon to eon, and then on. Only Elyon El, the Most High, can destroy him. We must avoid him so as not to give him more power, thereby avoiding his pull. The seed of flattery is planted deep into earth. the earth having many flowers of many colors, so beautiful to the weary eye, so prosperous to the disagreeable, so acceptable to the needing woman and man. They seek to crucify me. Please forgive them. Be ever so willing to die for my sake, for I have died many times for yours, and I will give you the cup of eternal life, for even at this moment your name has been re-entered into the tablet of eternal life. No mortal can do this thing by blood or by wealth, for only at death are the real earnings obtained. Mold yourself well in right knowledge, Nawapu, while your soul is like a full cup running over. Clothe yourself in the best of garments, make the sun your crown of gold, and put Sheski the moon under your feet, that no more unclean or impure spirits may enter into the sun. For the highest and best of life is yet to come. Yea, it's with me on the right of your father and my father. To love your father is what I bring to you. To love your sister and brother as yourself in all means is your key to eternal life. For he, the ever so compassionate, the sharing, created you virtuous in pure happiness with no needs or desires. There was nothing for you to seek after. Ponder on this thought. Corks need not learn to swim. The Holy Tabernacle is a pool of learning, still waves undistressed. The breeze against the leaves creates the Anunnakai's music. Music is composed of two sounds, and an assimilation comes into real matter by putting one's behavior in harmony with Elyon Elyon El, the Most High. This format of life is created in the harmonic grid with tones of vibration. 1, 3, 5, Lahut, Malakut, Nasut, the three realms on Om or Om, a sound you make when you're seeking a thought. Harmony is seeking the heavenly hosts around the 24 elders in number, who are controlling the fowl of the air and earth and the beasts of the fields, man and cow. Harmony is even coming forth from the throne. Agreeable works, agreeable deeds, agreeable people. And what will make you know the meaning of these words? I am your comforter in the last days of discomfort. Come ye lost but now found in the west unto me, for I am your light in the last days of ignorance, your usherer. For those of you who are torn by doubt, behold me, I am. For I have come to you from afar with a pure soul, agreeable in truth, and as a servant of Anu, who I called for you, Allah. Awake and walk beside me. Behold my hand stretched forth unto you, and my heart is there in it. I place my trust and my heart in your care. You are love, my love, and now my heart is broken, for your children are yet unborn. O lost like salt, lost your savour many year ago. I weep more tears than all your seas. I pleaded for your salvation, and the ever-forgiving granted me but a short time to be with you. O you, couldn't you but know me? Merely look up with the energy eye, and behold my rainbow is encircling your dwelling. You have shown me the face of hate for my love. The sword clothed in my blood for your freedom. Sweet vision, look down on them, that my voice may dwell in them, and that they too may partake of the love in you without doubt. Even in hell have you called them. Seeing the spell, I will break it, and despite the cross, I will uncrucify them, so that they may resurrect from the dead, and all eyes will behold your glory, Anu. Many times over for them will I break it, the wicked spell. This is the vision that came to me while I was in the flesh, on Anu, the Most High's day, in Anu's hour, and in the midst of the enemy. Come you to the arms of my love, that I may teach you of these things forgotten by time. The compassionate, ever-loving, all-merciful provider, help these weary bones, that I may shine forth and raise a new light of submission in them. This is spoken by Amanu Birakfata, Autumn Ray.